Ariana Grande says Wicked made her feel a genuine spark and reconnection to working on her music. I missed it. Grande remarked to composing music in an appearance on the Shut Up, Evan podcast. Wicked changed Ariana Grande for good and inspired her to continue recording records. I felt like a genuine spark, like a reconnection and inspiration, and something, maybe I missed it. Grande, 32, said of filming Wicked in a new interview with Evan Ross-Katz on the Shut Up Evan podcast, broadcast on Friday, October 24th. Maybe it's as easy as I missed it, she continued. But I do feel like you have to miss things in order to learn how to become better. You know what I mean? And I think I learned so much. And then additionally, I actually wanted to do it. I just felt like I could not. It was an inspired time, and I had to compose an album, and I had to accomplish it. Grande went on to disclose that the Wicked production team advised her of the reshoot timeline in January, but she did not allow the pressures of shooting the picture hinder her creative zeal. I answered, "Great. That's wonderful. I'll finish it before then, or I'll finish it after." Grande remarked to her grueling recording and shooting schedule. Eternal Sunshine saw Grande work with legendary producers Max Martin, Ilya, and more. The album was nominated for Best Pop Vocal Album at the 2025 Grammy Awards. Grande stars in the cinematic adaptations of Wicked as Glinda, Upland. When she described stopping filming amid the 2023 WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes, Katz chimed in and questioned her about returning to set after such a long layoff, and she had to find herself in the character again. No, it was there. There was nothing to find. It felt so strange. I was like, oh, I wonder if this would feel weird. And as soon as I got there, it was like, done. She was right there. It was fantastic. Thank God. Grande remarked of stepping back into Glinda's shoes. Wicked was released in November 2024, with Wicked, for Good, the second chapter of the film adaptation, slated to enter theaters on November 21st. Ariana Grande's journey to the filming of Wicked and back into the world of music is more than an artistic comeback. It is a story of emotional rebirth, resilience, and rediscovery of purpose. What makes this moment so impactful is not simply that she made another album or gave another interview. It is that she allowed herself to pause, reflect, and then genuinely fall in love with her craft again. For years, Grande has been at the center of the global music industry, breaking records, performing on the world's biggest stages, and constantly in the spotlight. But success often comes with silence inside. There are moments where even the most successful artists feel disconnected from the very thing that made them famous. Through her honest words, I felt like a genuine spark. Maybe I missed it. Ariana admits what many performers quietly experience, the fear that passion may fade or never return. Wicked gave her more than a new role. It provided emotional shelter. It pulled her back to her theatrical roots, where performing was about storytelling rather than charts, awards, or pressure. The atmosphere of musical theater, with its discipline, emotional vulnerability, and live vocals, reminded her why she fell in love with performing as a child. And in that reminder, music came back to her not as an obligation, but as an instinct. She didn't plan to write an album. She needed to write it. This transformation is important because it shows an evolution from being a performer to being an artist. Ariana did not just return to the studio for contracts or fan expectations. She returned because something inside her demanded expression. That is why Eternal Sunshine feels more emotional, more cinematic, and more human than many of her previous projects. It was born not from industry timelines, but from the heart. Her ability to balance the emotional weight of Glinda and Wicked with the intimacy of songwriting also proves her depth as a creative force. She isn't just a pop star stepping into movies. She is an artist bridging two worlds, using one art form to enrich another. Her emotional honesty, discipline, and willingness to open old wounds for new songs make this era one of the most authentic of her career. Ultimately, Ariana Grande's journey reminds us of a universal truth. Sometimes we must step away from what we love in order to return stronger. Sometimes passion goes quiet, not because it disappears, but because it is waiting to be rediscovered in a new form. For Ariana, that rediscovery happened on the set of Wicked, under stage lights instead of studio microphones, while becoming Glinda instead of being Ariana. Now, She returns not just as a singer or actress, but as a renewed storyteller. Someone who understands that art is not about perfection, but about feeling. Her spark is back, and it burns brighter because she had the courage to admit it once almost went out. As she steps into the future, with Wicked, for good new music, and perhaps even new creative paths, one thing is clear. Ariana Grande has reconnected with her purpose, not because the world demanded it, but because her heart did.